Here's a beginner's guide, like a very, very beginner's guide on how to use Blender. So, when you're getting Blender first thing, get it on Steam, if you have Steam. If you don't have Steam, get Steam and get it on Steam. Because you don't want to download it on the website, because if you want a newer version, then you have to download it again. But if you get it on Steam, they're both free. On Steam it updates, see, like I'm on 3.2.2. Well, if you go onto the website, you can get like other versions that are like the newer versions, but I just have it on Steam. It's way nicer, because I was using the older version and I realized I didn't have GeoNodes. So when you have downloaded it and you opened it, you should have the splash screen, this thing, and you just go click New General, and it should be in this scene. Then to move around, you'll be like, how do I move around? Nothing's working. You need to click the middle mouse button, this one, and hold it down, then move it around. You can do control, I think, to zoom in and out. Control, click up and down. Or if you want an easy way to move around, is click, do you know that button above tab, this one? Click that, then it'll do this. You can speed up, you can teleport, and you can also toggle gravity. Oh. So first thing that you'd want to do is click the camera and the light, and click X to delete it, so that you just have the cube. Now this is the default cube, so we're going to click the cube and then click X. Then to add an object, Shift A. Then it'll come up with this menu. So it'll say add, and there'll be different things: mesh, curve, metaball. So you need to go to mesh, and then another window will come up. Then you need to drag your cursor over to the other window, then click cube. Then you have a cube. And if anything I say in this video doesn't make sense, go into the comments and just ask, say like, timestamp here, what did I do to do this? Something like that. So when you have the default cube, you're gonna hold tab. Oh wait, never mind. Just click tab and it'll go into edit mode. See up here, there's different modes. You need to go into edit mode. This mode, you'll have the cube here and it will be like orange. And what you need to do is, if you click somewhere else, it doesn't go orange, but you can see the tiny black dots on the cube. What you need to do is click those dots, or just drag over to select more. Then when you have that, you can click G, and it moves the dot. So then you have this, and there's a point. Then you can also press 1, 2, and 3 to select different things. So 1 will select vertices, 2 will select edges, 3 will select faces. 3 will select faces. So when you click the top face with the face select, what you're gonna do is click E, and then it will do this. Now you can see the way it's going up and down. My friend was using Blender, and what he did when he was like holding, like when he was doing this, was he was holding E. Don't hold E, just click E. Then it will be like this. Like, I don't have my hands on anything. And you can see the way it's going up and down along the Z axis, which is up. So what you're gonna do is, you don't want this to happen, you just want to make the face smaller. So you need to right click, and it will go smaller again. Then just S, then it will scale it. And you're gonna make it around this size, or a bit bigger, like that. Then you can press E again and move it down this time. So say if I want to get it to the bottom, but you can see the way it's coming out of the bottom. What you're going to want to do is right click again, so that that's there, but that's another face. Go click this button, or I think it's numpad 1. Yeah, it's numpad 1. You need, number pad is very handy for, see look, I can just focus in on it. But you want to do numpad 1 or click that button to go into this. Then you can see up here there's 4 circles. These are different render things. So there's a wireframe, there's viewport shading, which is like this. You can also X-ray. Then there's material properties, I'll get to that later. And then there's rendered mode, that's for like the finished product. So you need to go into this view, then go into wireframe, click G, and then when you clicked G, it'll be in this mode again. Then you need to click Z, then it'll be in that same thing like the extrude thing, and move it down just to the right level. Then go back into viewport shading and click off, and you can see that that's like that now. Now what you're going to do is do the same thing here. Extrude, right click, then you have a face here. But this time, press S, then Y, move it across to here. Then S and Z, move it down. If you don't want to keep clicking random keys, what you can do is hold S, and when you're doing this, hold the middle mouse button, and you can see that white line in the middle. You need to just move that onto like here. You can see it's on that Y and it's moving along the Y. But move it up to Z, it's moving along the Z axis. Move it along this one, it will move across there as well. So we're just gonna move it along here till it's just the right size. Yours doesn't have to be as perfect as this. Then we're gonna extrude again out. Then when you've extruded that, what you're gonna do is again select you're gonna select the face here, and extrude again, right click, and then size down. Then go into this mode, just click the Y. Yours might be different if you moved it on a different axis. Then just go into wireframe, select that face. This is, if you go back into this mode, that's this one. Just using this so I can get the sizes roughly right. Then when you have those 2 faces there, you need to click one face, shift, and click the other one, so you can see now they're both selected. Then you can move them around if you want, but what we're gonna do is X, and then only faces. Now it's gonna delete only faces, so now there's nothing. So what we're gonna do is go into vertex mode, and this is a very handy trick that any beginner should learn. If you select one vertex, then shift click the other so that they're both selected, and click F, it makes an edge. This edge is very handy. So say if we wanted it to be all connected here, you can then shift click there, F, do with the 4 ones. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. You shift click that, then that happens. Then with edges again, you select these 4, not those, these 4 that are, you can see the way that that's the top part. Press F, and it'll make a face. So click here, F, F, when that's done, press F. Then you have, it looks like a coffee cup now. Then you're gonna, okay wait, that won't appear for you. Press tab again to go back into object mode. I just press the dot button on the number pad to go to focus in. But if you want it to be fully centered, select an object, do Shift C. Oh. Actually wait, that didn't work. So say if you shift and then right click somewhere, you'll see the way the center part will be there, and whenever you add an object now, it'll be there. So if you want that to be in the center, do Shift C, and it'll go back into the center. So now what we're gonna do is give this a subdivision. So click the cube, go into the modifier properties, then you can see the way there's like add modifier. There'll be loads of different ones here, but we're only gonna be using one here. So we're gonna do subdivision surface, which is this one. Then when you click it, you can see it's way smoother. Then just click the arrow a bit. Don't click it too much, otherwise it might break your computer. So now you can see it's smooth, but if we go into edit mode, if you want that pie menu to show up, just go edit, then preferences. This menu won't show up in recording, but it'll be a little window. You need to go to, I think it's input. Wait. Where is it? It's key map, and then under 3D view there should be pie menu on drag. You click pie menu on drag. So then when you click tab, it goes into edit mode, but if you hold it and move your cursor around, it'll show them all up. That's very handy. So when you're in this view, you can see the way it's not that smooth there, but it's smooth all in here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna subdivide it. Not subdivide. We're gonna give it a loop cut. So what that is if we do Control R, you can see the way there's a blue line that can appear at different areas. Click the blue line here when it shows on the outer side, and then when you click it, it will appear here. What we're gonna do is move it down to the very bottom. Do the same here. So what that does is just makes an edge. Okay. If you make a mistake, like say if I do that and I didn't want that to happen, what you need to do to undo it is Control Z. Then Control Z a few times to get back to here. Then Control R to get in that part. Because I can't loop cut in there, what I'm gonna do now is see the way there's like loads of lines, but you can see the dots. Those represent faces because I'm in face select. If I'm in vertices, you can see the vertices, which are basically corners. So I'm gonna select the one that's there. So you can also use this mode. So I'm gonna select that, and if I go into side view, you can see that's the inside. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extrude it and then right click, so then it just duplicates the face there, which gives it some more detail. So you can see that that's there. And then what you're gonna do is not apply it because we might be making edits later. So you need to click the coffee cup. You can also go up here and double click the name and you just go coffee cup. Coffee cup. So to make it look smooth and not, you can see the way there's loads of like squares. To remove all those squares, you can right click on while selected and it'll bring up the context menu, and then shade smooth, and you can see it's very smooth now. So now we're gonna add a plane, and this is just doing the Shift A and then plane. Then S, you can see if you click S, it will scale up and down. So S and move it up, and you can see the way this is my cursor here. If you move it over off screen, it will appear on the other side, and you just need to make it a good size, kind of like this. Then if you're happy with the size, click it, and you can see the way that's clipping into the ground. We can fix that by pressing G, Z, then hold Control and move it up until it's just on the surface. You can see the way that's there. Now, because we want to get a view where we can see what it looks like in the end, we're going to do Shift A, then go down to camera, and then add a camera. And the camera always points to where you're pointing. So say if I wanted to get a top-down view, and then I add a camera, the camera will be facing down. So if I delete that camera and then just get the right angle I want, like that, add a camera, then click this button, or number pad 0. So if you click this button, it goes into this view. Now do this thing with the button above tab. I don't know what that key is called, but just click that again, and then use WSA and D like normal. Then get the right angle you want. So say I'm happy with this, I click that. Then we can see the way there's that here, but we want to make it look like there's nothing there. And it looks very smooth on the plane. So what we're going to do, this is a very cool trick and it's very handy for beginners. Press tab, go into edit mode. Then we're going to press 2 to go into the edge select again. Click the edge, then E, and it makes a brand new face. Then Z to move it up along the Z axis. Then move it up to a certain height, just like you can see up at the top corner here. Up there. Move it till it says about 12. Then click the edge there that we extruded. Then not this one, that there's this face and this face. Then Control B. Then it will do this. So what this is, it's called a bevel, and it's used to kind of like add like smooth kind of corners. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move that up to about here, then scroll up, and you can see the way it adds more detail. So put it about there, and then you can see the way it's blocky again. Just gonna right click and shade smooth, and you can see that's that. Now if we go into the rendered view, you can see it's very dark. So what we're gonna do is add lighting. So, but before we do that, we're gonna go into this section, render properties, and I'm gonna put it up to like 64, just so that the render is way nicer. So I'm gonna turn on. You don't have to, but I'm just gonna do this to make it look better. Ambient occlusion, bloom, screen space reflections, refraction. I usually just do that. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, if it's too advanced, but those just make it look nicer. You can see the way there's like a shadow under there. So now you can see the way it's very dark and you can't really see the cup. So we're gonna do Shift A and then lighting. Get an area light. So when you have the area light, because this plane is too thin, if we go into this view we can't see it. So what I do if I want to get it perfect is edit mode and then A to select everything. Just extrude it down a tiny bit. So hold shift, then click it there, and that won't appear, that won't show here, but it will show in the it will show side view. So I'm just gonna point it at the cube, get like the right angle, like about there. Then we're gonna rotate it to about the kind of opposite from the camera, just to give it a nice look. Then when you have that, when you have it at just the right angle, go to this button. When you click it, it's the lights object data properties. Then go to this power 100,000 or just 10,000. Let's do 1,000, and then put the size up. It looks nice here, but not nice over there. So we're gonna go back up to top view, Shift D, move it over to about okay, move it about here, like to the corner of this one, and rotate it over, pointing to the center again. And you can see the way it's nice and visible. Now to make it look colorful, we're going to click the coffee cup, go into material properties and click new. Now there will be loads of settings here. We're going to go base color, click the base color, and then you can change the color. But what we want is a nice detailed looking kind of marble mug. So we're going to slide these back to white, and Instead, we're gonna use nodes to change it. But so click the mug. Actually, you don't have to click the mug. So see the way there's like these. The way there's like the corner of the windows. What you're gonna do is go to the top one, and then select it and move that way. It may take a few tries, but if you do that, this will appear. And you need to make sure you're clicking just the black part. If you click here, it's gonna do that, and we don't want that. So we're just clicking the black part. And say if I accidentally add too many windows, and I don't want there to be too many windows. To fix this, all you have to do is click the corner of the, like, I'm gonna put a zoomed up part of where you have to click and where you don't click. So to remove it, you need to click the corner of a window, not the in between the space. Then hold it and drag it up. Then it will like merge. Then we have it here. And you can see the way this is the exact same as this. We want something like this where it's different. So you need to click this button up here. Editor type. Then click it and go down to shader editor. Then just click N to remove that side menu. We don't need that. Now same here. The moving is just like in the viewport. Just hold middle click. And you can see the way there's loads of settings. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get get the base color, make it white. Then hold on, what's metallic like? Okay, we're not gonna add any metallic. What you're gonna do is go to roughness. Oh wait, it has to be glossy. So just click it and click X, and you can see the way it's black. Shift A. Then you can see the way there's different. It's way different to the one in here. You need to go click search, and then there's loads of different search things. So all you're gonna search up is glossy. Then click glossy BSDF. This is a shader, and you can see the way there's different colors. You put it into the green one, the top one that says surface, and you can see the way it kind of looks. It looks very like metallic. So all I'm gonna do is just have that metallic color. Then for roughness, Shift A, then click it and then do Musgrave. This is a Musgrave texture. And if we go into the roughness, you can see it looks like that. So you can play around with the scale and the detail, but this is only in the roughness. So what we're gonna do is put that into, is it displacement? No, is there? Yeah, you need to click displacement and have it into height, and then displacement into displacement, because it's displacement. And see the way that looks like that? I don't want it to look like that, so I'm gonna, oh wait, this was working before. Oh, it's because it's glossy. Wait. So just do a normal principled BSDF and delete the displacement. So that it's back to normal, and put the height into base color, and you can see the way the height is literally the color. That's what the Musgrave texture is. So you can play around with it. So if I add like a Voronoi texture, put the distance into the vector. it will also be different. See? And it's like circles. And so what we're gonna do is have this, and I'll have a nice break, like kind of like that. It's black and white, so to fix that, drag the height thing, then let go, then put in a color ramp. Color ramp is very handy for shaders. I have a full tutorial on how to use shaders. It's one of my videos, one of my first videos, the one with the green kind of thumbnail thing. So what we're gonna do is click the first little slider, and then select any color you want. I'm gonna do pink. Then select the last color. See the way like it kind of okay, I'm gonna put these. I'm just gonna oh no, not color. Put the distance into factor. Is that it? What? Oh, okay, I see. So oh yes, perfect. So put the scale down a bit. Put the scale of the Musgrave up. Then select just the right settings. And we can change this color to be the background color. So I'm gonna have it kind of like an orange, and put this as white. And you can see what I have now, the colored coffee mug. And if I close this window by putting that in, and then you have the coffee mug. Now if I wanted to render this, image, you have to go render, render image. Then when you click it, it will just render the image, and then there'll be like an image save as. So that's my tutorial on how to make this scene in Blender for beginners.